tutorial on how to use this application. TradingView can also be a social media platform where you do your analysis and post it. You use it to analyze any markets, the crypto market, the forex market, the indices, bond, economy, options, stocks, funds, and so on. So right here, we're going to be analyzing using this platform. At the same time, I'm going to be showing you all of the tricks, indications, indicators that you need. Okay, the first thing I want to show you is, you see, how to filter a pair that you want to trade. Say you want to trade cryptocurrency, and with the thousands of numbers that we have for cryptocurrencies out there, you can't just begin to guess their names and go into them. There is a way to filter cryptocurrencies that you want to buy or you want to sell. So the first thing for you to know how to filter these cryptocurrencies is for you to know how to use indicators. Okay, with the use of indicators, you'll be able to filter cryptocurrencies, maybe the ones that are undervalued, the ones that are overpriced, the ones that has high volume, the ones that has low volume. You can just give TradingView an instruction and it is going to show you all of them. It is now left for you to open them and begin to analyze. So before I teach you how to use this interface, how to use all of the tools here, that is where I want to start from. Okay, it is not basic, but it is also very important that you know these things. So at the bottom of the screen here, the right corner where you see maximize, you can start by tapping on that or clicking on that, and this is the next interface you're going to see. It has maximized that panel, and here you would clearly see the crypto pair screener, pine editor, strategy test, the replay trading, and trading panel. Now it is under this crypto pair screener. Of course, you can change it if you don't want to, if you don't want it to be crypto. Okay, but right here it is crypto we want to screen, and this is how you screen or filter cryptocurrencies that you want to trade. Don't be confused with all of these informations. We're about to break them down one after another. This place where you see filter is your first go-to. You can see it is showing overbought. Okay, let's go to filter first of all. Click on that, and I'm going to do reset. Okay, so that everything here will be reset. This is the standard you're going to meet if you're using it for the first time. Now here I'm going to teach you two ways that you can filter. Of course, you can use any indicator like I said and filter what you want here. The first one that I'm going to teach you is to use indicators like RSI indicator. So I'm going to say RSI. You know, the use of RSI indicator is to show you when a pair is overbought or oversold. If a pair is overbought, it means there is an expectation that it should drop. If it is oversold, then you are expecting that the price goes up. Now, if what you want to do in the market is to look for a pair you want to buy, let's say you want to buy some spots, you want to buy some tokens on spots, you're looking for tokens that are oversold or undervalued based on the RSI. I'm just using this as an example. Okay, now there is relative strength index 14 and there is relative strength index 7. Don't be confused. The difference between them is that this is lighter than this. These are, RSI is a momentum indicator. So 7 means it is going to show you, like, use a shorter time frame to calculate whether it is overpriced or undervalued. So we're going to say, for example, if the relative strength index is below, you can change this below to below or equal, above, above or equal, crosses, all of these things. So if we say show me pairs that has the relative strength index 14 below 30. You know what 30 means? 30 says undervalued. If RSI shows goes below 30, then it is undervalued or oversold. So I have said this one should be below 30. And with just that, I can take this off. Okay, my setting stands. You can see filter is now showing 1. Now I can bring down this panel. Okay, no, I've not even seen my tokens yet. Sorry about that. So I'm going to take this back up. So this was where we were, right? Now all these tokens here, they are undervalued. They have their RSI below 30. So this is the time frame you are using, 1 day. So all of these are using 1 day time frame. You can change the time frame, but for you to use a smaller time frame with this filtration, you have to pay for you have to pay for TradingView. Okay, but with 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, you won't need a paid version. Now all of these tokens are said to be undervalued. Let's do another settings. We are going to say USDT pairs, because if you look here, you're seeing different pairs. So we want to filter. There are over 2,000 matches and several, tokens and cryptos are listed here because TradingView captures all the crypto markets. So we are going to say USDT. Now it is going to be showing us all the pairs that has USDT at their front. So you can see 0 dog USDT, 2049 USDT, like that. With this, you can tell which one has a USDT pair. Maybe that's not all. We can still go further to do some changes. And under this technical rating, before we even go into technical rating, let me shift. I'm seeing this here. Okay, I want to go. Yeah. So you can see exchange here. After technical rating, there is exchange. We are going to set the exchange because it is on any. We can say, okay, of all the pairs that you're showing me, I want to see the ones that are listed on Bybit and Binance. You can say Bybit. Okay. And is there Binance here? There should be Binance. I think there should be Binance at the top. This is Binance. So just these two is okay for me. I want pairs that are listed on Bybit and Binance. So let's check them. BTC USDT.3S, DLC USDT. All of these ones are on Binance. Now, some of them are only available on spot, while some are also available on the futures market or the perpetual market. So if you are looking for the ones that are available on spot, then you see you have spot written here. But the ones that has .p means they are on the perpetual contract. So if I want to filter the ones that are only on perpetual contract or the ones that are on perpetual contract, I can put .p here in my search. It will now filter all of them and show me the ones that has their RSI below 30% and are on Binance and Bybit, probably any of these ones, any of this exchange, and also on the futures markets. You understand? So with this, I can now begin to open the charts and do my analysis. So with the 1 day time frame, I've been able to filter tokens that are undervalued, like that has their RSI below 30 and are on the perpetual markets for Binance and Bybit. So first one here, OMUSDT. I just tapped on it and it has opened. I'm going to close this panel here. So you see the pair here, OMUSDT. Let's do analysis. Of course, you can go to 1 day time frame to check. It is from here you will begin to do your analysis. It says the RSI here is undervalued, like is below 30. If you check, let's even see if that's true. Under the indicators, I know I've not taught you how to use indicators, but I'm going to show you. Okay, so I will write RSI, relative strength index. Where is it? This is it. Okay, let's add. If you look closely, you would see that the RSI of OMU is clearly below 30. See where it is, 23.6. So this is 30, this is 23. Look like this, you'll see it here. So it is so undervalued, and that is why it came out in our search. So you can begin to do your analysis from here. Okay, for example, I am seeing a kind of double bottom. If you look, basic chart patterns, you can see double bottom, something like this. Then you can begin to apply all your strategies, and then you're analyzing. In case this does not fit your analysis or you want to do more, you can go back to the panel. Which other one is here? SXT USDT. If you tap on it and you bring this down, this is how the chart looks like. You can begin your analysis. Now, that is just one way to filter. Let's say we want to filter again. I can go back to this place. Then this is the RSI I used before. I can say I want relative strength index. Let's say I'm looking for pairs that would most likely dump. I can say the ones that are above 70%. When RSI is above 70%, what does it mean? It means it is overpriced, right? So if RSI 14 is above 70%, filter it and show me the token. I've done that, so I'm going to take this off. You can see the pairs here. And under the technical rating, it is showing strong buy, strong buy, strong buy. It means they are above 70%. They are showing buy, 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 like there is high volume. This one is buy, this one is buy. So you can begin to analyze them one after another. This one is 100 euros CTO USDT, ATH USDT. Let's open this first one and see how the chart looks like. You can see, looking really bullish and above 70%. So this is 70%, is above 70%. So if you're using RSI to do this filtration, of course, you should know what you're looking for and how to do your analysis best. Now, there is another way to do filtration here. Like I said, you can use any of the indicators or any strategies. We have the symbol type. If you want to select exchange, you can select the exchanges here. Let's say you want to do your filtration only on Binance tokens. Tokens that are on Binance, you can select only Binance and all. Then, if you want to select symbol type, how many market cap? Here it is saying below 10K, but like you can not less than 10K and no more than 100 billion in terms of market cap. You can edit that. You can say, I don't want to trade a token that has less than 100K market cap. You see, I just set that. It is also part of filtration. You can say, I don't want to trade a token that has less than 100K trading volume. Okay, less than 100K I don't want, and over 50 million. It depends on what you want. So the average volume for 30 days, you can set that. This is relative volume at time. The percentage, you can say, show me tokens that have changed 1%, or that are that changed in 1 minute. The percentage is below what? You can write it here. You can say change in 15 minutes. What is the percentage? Show me tokens that has done 10% in 15 minutes. That 10%, you can say below. Show me tokens that in 15 minutes has done below, then you put the percentage, or has done above, then you put the percentage. It will also filter them for you. Now, let's do reset so that I can show you what I want to. There is advanced positive directional index and negative directional index. Okay. Positive directional indicator, and negative directional indicator. These are two indicators. If you say positive directional indicator crosses up the negative directional indicator, this right here is going to show you pairs that are cross. These are trend lines, okay, that show you when markets is changing direction. So you can say crosses up when the positive directional indicator crosses upward, or just crosses, whether it is crossing above or crossing below. As long as there is a cross, you now have to do your own analysis to find out the next direction. So you are trying to identify the best direction of the market or for every pair that you're going to open. However, it is going to filter from all the cryptocurrencies out there to filter and show you the ones that the positive directional indicator has crossed the negative directional indicator. So with this, just this parameter, we can take this off and you would see that we have different pairs showing already. Also, you can do your changes if you want a particular exchange like Binance and Bybit. Those are my favorite. That's why I'm using them. Okay, I only use these two. Now, this is ACHUSDT. Let's open it. You can play around these things. It's actually very simple. Now, because we are not talking about, we didn't use RSI for this one. You see that we don't have a problem with RSI. RSI is below 50 here. Okay, but we didn't use RSI. The criteria here was not RSI. So we are now left with doing our own analysis. What do we think about the market? You begin to do whatever it is, you begin to analyze. The essence of this part of your training is to show you how to filter cryptocurrency pairs. Okay, now let's open our panel again and go to the next token. ACH also, okay, Bybit, Binance, ACX. Then I think this token is giving a buy. Let's see what is going to show in charts. Okay, so you see, is this undervalued? Would you want to get a buy or would you want to get a sell? This is how you find tokens that matches your taste in terms of direction, and then you begin to analyze them. This is the 1 week time frame of this token. Now, we are done with how you can filter. Of course, don't forget, like I said, you can play around with all of these things. Under this technical rating, they are giving you an idea about these tokens. I say this one is showing a sell signal. This one is showing a sell signal. This one is showing a buy. Some it'll tell you neutral. It's not giving us a buy or sell. And this is based on what you entered, or your filtration model. These ones are neutral. So you can do your analysis. It doesn't mean because it is showing buy, you go and buy. The fact that it is showing sell does not mean you should go and sell. For example, if you use RSI and RSI here, you are seeing buy, it could simply mean that the RSI is above 70. Meanwhile, if it is above 70, it is overpriced. You should be looking for a better entry for a sell. Well, it all still depends on the volume. See, 24 hours changes in volume in USDT, you can see it here. So if you want to go into any buy, it is also very important you look at the volume in terms of percentage. Now, this token is showing a buy. It has a 24 hours volume of 1.8 million. This one 1.6. This one is 167K, which is a low volume. So automatically it means it has more volume on Binance than on Bybit. Then this token is showing 8.4 million in 24 hours. That's the volume. This one is showing 12 million. This one is showing 30 million. Automatically, the volume influences the momentum. If there are a lot of persons buying or so much money going into a token, of course, there is momentum there. So this is the pair volume. This is 24 hours volume. They are not the same thing. And this is the percentage it has changed in 24 hours. So this one is down 27%. This one is down 7%. This one is, this one is up 7%, up 27%. But this one is down 20%. This one is down 23%. This one is up 16%. So you can see there are changes in percentage. The lowest that it has gone in 24 hours, the highest it has gone. So these are the prices. The change in price, the current price. That's what you're seeing here. Okay. Now, let's go back to the main business or the main essence. Even what I just showed you is a very important thing that you should learn. Okay. I don't think these are things you would find online. Now, how to use TradingView. The interface is quite simple. So I'm just going to walk you through. It's not something that we would need to spend hours doing. Okay. So at the right, no, this is left top of your screen, you can select the pair you want to trade. For example, BTC. I just typed BTC USDT. And there are different platforms because BTC is on Binance, is on Bybit, is on OKX, is on KuCoin, is on Mexi. So all of them are going to be showing you different charts. It is now left for you to do what? Open the one you want to analyze on. So the prices or the chart for BTC on Binance and Ethereum and Bybit is expected to be the same. However, we all have favorites, so you can choose any one you want. So let's go with, let me open Bybit, and that is sports. This is, okay. I think I have used this for a training before. Let me just swipe everything out. So these candlesticks, you are not new to them. I believe if you're seeing this video, you're not new to candlesticks and how they work. So I'm just going to show you how to use this application. That is where you can select or search for the pair you want to trade. Here is where you can select time frames. There are several time frames here, from 1 second to 12 months, and it will adjust the candlestick. Then here, okay, this one is candlesticks. You can change it to bars. You can change to halo candles. Some of them are paid. Some of them are not free. Okay, in case you continue to try them and then you begin to see restrictions. But we all prefer to use normal candlesticks. Then indicators. All the indicators that you know, you can search them here. You can even search for, you can buy indicators here. There are several indicators in this space. For example, like the RSI we used, this one that I pinned here, this is moving average, convergence, divergence, MACD. This is RSI divergence. And what this indicator does is just to give you something extra. That's why it is called RSI divergence. It tells you, give you a sign when there is a bullish, when there's going to be a bullish movement or a bearish. So here, bullish. Here, bullish, even though it didn't really go up. Here, it says bear. Okay, so it just gives a sign. How does this sign work? When the RSI line is declining, it's coming down, and the candlestick is making a higher high, it is a bearish movement. That's what happens. So you see from here, if we trace it upward, let me change this to the one that would give me cross. Yes. So from here, if you go upwards, from here to this place, it was going up. You see that it was a high. However, volume was reducing. See RSI, it moved from here to here. So it was coming down. RSI line was coming down, while the charts, the candlestick was going up. That is a bearish movement. You get, so when it had this retracement, RSI also was declining, but the price from here was still going up. Think to this point. It is a kind of manipulation that happens in the market. Chart is rising, but RSI is weak. When it happens like that, you are looking for a sell. And if you look closely, you would see that indication. Okay, see that dodgy candlestick. All right, and we started having a downtrend from this point. So that is the use of divergence RSI. It just marks where there is bear and bull. Now, you can search your indicator here, anyone you want to use. However, if you're using a free version of TradingView, you cannot apply more than 2 indicators at a time. So I needed to mention that so that you will not fall victim of trying to work around the platform. Now, which other one again? This place is the replay. Replay, you must have seen some persons use this tool. If I put it here, okay, and I click, I have cancelled what has happened from this point forward. Sometimes it helps us to do analysis. So if I do my analysis here now, and I say with this dump, okay, the best thing for me to do is I'm going to get this, maybe mark this my order block. This is an order block. Okay, some persons, people really use this. So I'm going to say this is an OB, and I would look for my entry here. Okay, in case if you trade other block or you trade liquidity, you can find an entry here. Liquidity traders will find their entry slightly above this place, but other block trader would say, let me enter here. Fair value gap traders would want to take their entry because this is a fair value gap. Let's identify that. I'm going to show you how to use this too. Of course, that's why we are here. So this is FVG. So if I say this here is FVG, you see, so I can either take my entry from here or take my entry from here, anyone. However, if you want to take entries from any of these, you should make sure you have appetite for your SL anywhere around, not close to this place, because it can easily be a liquidity sweep. So I can say maybe to 15 or 114 thereabouts. Then I'll now say, let me take profit at the closest FVG, because there is another one here. See, or this is a fair value gap, and I can say this is liquidity. Okay, so I expect the market to come. This is SMC I'm doing. Okay, let me delete this one. So with this, I will now come and play, I will now play this to see what happens. If it is going to pick my entry, if we are going to hit SL or TP, that's the use of this replay. Content creators use it a lot, and I just wanted to show you how it works. Okay, if you miss entry or you get the entry, just something like that basically. So let's see what happened. I think it eventually went up. We've seen the result already, so there's no need to waste time on it. Okay, you can decide to go for a sell or for a buy. Okay, see that I just got a sell. Immediately the price got up there by tapping on sell, and you see how it is counting as if I am making money already. I'm not making money. It is showing that I am up $9,000 because I tapped sell here. You understand how this works now? So if I want to close the trade, I can just close the trade by tapping on this place, or wait for it to hit TP, something like that. Now you can also set alerts, price alerts. Okay, whenever you are waiting for a particular, see that it just hits TP. Anyways, it's okay. It's okay. Let's not go further again. Oh, let me pause it. Sorry. Yeah, I think that is it. You see that we got a sell here, hit TP by doing a replay. Now, at the left side of the screen, there are many tools. The first one, arrows, dots, cross, just something to move around and point. Okay, I prefer to use the one with cross because it is easy to identify where it is. The second one is the lines. We have trend lines, ray, info. Here, I'm going to allow you explore some of these things because they are not so important. You mustn't use all of them, trust me. Lines would help you draw straight lines, like the trend lines, diagonal lines. If I want to go vertically, I can. You pick the tool, you click on where you want to start, take it to the direction you want to stop, then you click again, it stops or it drops it. If you want to go vertically or horizontally rather, you tap or you click, you go to the length you want it to stop, then you click again, it has dropped the two. Okay, now if you highlight, not even highlights, if you hover this line, you would see add text in the middle. If yours is not showing this add text, of course you can go to the settings here and go to visibility. Is it visibility now or style? Let me quickly look for it. Okay, it is under style, and you would see lines, you would see start position, then right or center. You can put it at the center. I think that's where it was. Why is it showing me something different here? Okay, text, yes, it is under text. So the text here, the text alignment, you put it at the middle. You can see middle and center. So that is why we have this at the middle, add text, so I can write anything that I want to. Okay, can say this is support. And yeah, the same thing, all of them, you can add text in the middle because I already set that. Now, there are other lines here that we should explore. This is red line. You can use this to mark any points. Okay, now tell me, what exactly is the use of this thing? It's not so important. Anyways, I can always use this trend line whenever I have need for read. Now, info line would of course carry some details about that point you have marked. So I map this place to this place. It is giving me the number of bars that's moved from here to here, 5 bars, and within 5 days, the distance. So if I do like this, see that it is telling me, we went back. Let's come forward. Okay, so you see, plus 16 bars. It's giving you information about. I don't want this video to be so long because some of these things are not important. I'll just show you the ones that are very important. This is horizontal line. So if I do here, it is going to give me an it is going to rule a line at infinity, left to right. So if you keep going back, you will see that that line is effective. There's no end to it. That's what the ray does. Then the okay, this is horizontal line, this is horizontal ray. Horizontal ray would do from where you dropped it forward, okay, at infinity, but it doesn't go back. Again, I don't see the need for all those things. Then vertical line, cross line, we've been using a cross line. So if okay, I think the color is white, that's why it's not showing. I was wondering why exactly is my cross line not showing. So this is cross line. Then which other one? I don't think there is any other very important line here. The next tool would be the Fibonacci. Fibonacci is also an advanced tool, and if you know what this indicator does or what this tool does, of course, this is it. Fibonacci retracement. So let's say we are in an uptrend and I want to determine how far we are going to have a retracement, because there is always a retracement. So if I pick it and I drop it where the highest point, starting from where the uptrend started from, if I pick from here to where the trend ended, I can determine where it is going to have a retracement, which is from this red, this middle line below. I can start looking for a buy. So there is what we call discounts and I've forgotten the second one. Discount region and something else. It just tells about where you should be buying and where you should be selling. So when the price falls within this region, of course, you should be looking for a buy, or even below this red. Anywhere around here is a buy region. That is what Fibonacci tells you in terms of retracement. And how to use it: when you pick the tool, you start from where the trend started from. Like here, you take it to where the trend ended or where it is currently, okay, and you drop it. So you'll be able to tell about the retracements. If you must buy, then you want to allow it to come within this area. I think I did some settings for my Fibonacci already. You can also edit yours here. And yeah, so let's take Fibonacci off the screen because it is making it look clumsy. That is the only tool you would need here. Forget about the rest. They are not. You can try them out, of course, if you want to play around. This pattern also, there are patterns that, like head and shoulders, for example. I know I've taught you head and shoulders. Okay, so if you want to use this, oh, I'm supposed to have dropped this too. Sorry. So you see how it helps you mark head and shoulders, okay, and something like that. But what is the point where when there is an easier way to do it? Triangular pattern, ABCD pattern, you see, tree drives pattern, Elliott's wave, all those guys. Do you really need them? Should be your question. Then these ones are the projections. You see, I used a short projection here. Projection in terms of position here is just to help you mark your direction. If you are speculating that the price would come up, you are just going to put this where you want to tell us that the price would go up from. Like here, if I tap here and I drag this forward, drag this up rather, I am simply saying this one. I am simply saying that this is my entry, the middle line here, this one. Okay, this one, this is the entry, and I am saying I am going to enter this, or you should enter it at the market price where the current price is. Then put stop loss here. You can see stop. Then put targets. Wherever you want the price to reach is your target. And at the front of the target, you would see details. Even the stop, you would see details. This would be the price, the change in price when Bitcoin comes here. If you add 26,650 to this current price, that's what you would have when Bitcoin comes to this point. And it will be 31% increment from here. You can see. So that is it. The stop loss also is when Bitcoin is down 7,348. That's when Bitcoin is down 8.7%. So this is your stop loss. This is take profits. And if you want to do for a short, this is short positions. And short position means you are speculating that the price will come down. So you would have to drag your target down, and the up where there is stop would be your stop loss. So you see that red is now up, and you can change the colors of this thing. I changed mine. See where colors are. You can change them. You can do settings. If you don't want anymore, you can delete here, or use the delete of your device. It will still take them off. Okay, so that is that about the long and short. There is forecast. Let me show you how forecast work. So if I am going to speculate, or I'm predicting that this guy would come up here, okay, forecast is going to show me the percentage and how many days. Okay, I think I'm supposed to do, yeah, if I do it like this, it means in 34 days from here, if this is my movement, it means I am going to wait for 34 days, because that is what I drew. I'm saying Bitcoin will go up 70-something% in 34 days, 1 hour. So if you bring it closer, you see that the days reduced to 20-something. If you take it back 40-something days, so that is what forecast does. I'm going to delete as well, because I don't really need that. Then there is bar pattern, ghost feed, projection, walk around them, price range, data. Those are me. The next one is the brushes. Sorry, this brush, you can use it to draw. Just click, what do they call it? You can rub your screen if you're using a mobile device, or you long press. Then you use it to draw whatever you want to draw. Let's say I want to circle this place. I can circle this place. Circle this place, you know. And you can delete as well. Drop the tool, pick whatever you want to. You can edit the pixel. All the tools we've been using, you can, or most of them, you can edit the size. You can make it 4px. You can make it 1px. But of course, you want to use 1px so that you don't have a complex chart. Okay, you can edit the color, the line, visibility, and if you don't want them, you can delete them. You can tap and also delete. That's about the brush. There is highlights, which you most likely will not need, but highlights is to highlight anywhere you want to highlight on the chart. Then arrow marker, tap. You see, in case you want to point at anything, you can tap, take it to the direction, and tap again to drop it. Then there is arrow, which does similar thing to this one, just that it is smaller. Of course, you can also change color and edit it same way. Then there is arrow. All these arrows does the same thing. Guys, let's not waste time on this. Then rectangle. Rectangle, you can use it to mark a support or a resistance. You see what I used it for here? Order block and FVG. So if I want to highlight, or I want to cover this arrow now with my rectangle, I can come here. I first of all would click. Then I would go to the direction I want it, either up or down or sideways. I click again. You can even adjust it. After dropping the tool, you can adjust, you know, the height and the width to whatever distance you want it to. So this is how the rectangular shape work. You can also edit it. If I make this 4, you see that the lines, the border is now very thick. You can reduce it, you can change the color, you know, both the inner color and the outer color. This one is the background color, which is the inside one. Then this one is the line color, which is the border. So that's how to use the rectangular tool. Then the rotated rectangle, what do I need that for? So we are going to skip it, please. Then this is path. Use path to show trends, like a downtrend, down, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, like that. So you can use this to do anything. And if you want to drop the tool, you double click and you have successfully dropped it. Let me show you how to use it again. You pick the tool, you start from where you want to draw your path, bring it where you want to map your low, you click or you tap, it drops. Go up, anywhere you want to stop, you click again, it drops. But where you want to stop it, you now double click or you double tap. Okay, so it has dropped, and that's how you use the path. Then there is circle. This tool is very simple to use in case you want to use it to highlight anything. Then eclipse works almost as the same thing. Works the same with the circle. All these ones are not important. Then we have the text. Of course, if I want to write, just like I did write supports and on these guys, I can select. Then I would go and tell you this is a long position. You see, I can resize this. Different sizes here. 40 is the highest. I can make it 14. I can also change the color. Okay, you can do a lot of things here. Then there are some that comes with tag, anchor text, note text, price text, pin, table, callouts, comments. All of them, they are just a different kind of text that you can even import an image and put a text on it, all of that. Then these are stickers. Those of you that would like to use stickers, I see people use stickers for memes a lot on charts. This is where to use them. Then this is zoom in, and this minus means zoom out. Okay, again, if I pick the zoom and I highlight this place that I have my FVG, see that it has made that place very bold. If I do minus, it brings it to normal. And yeah, that is basically all the tools you need here. This one here is to hide all your drawings. See that I've hidden all of them. Then if I want to bring them back, I just tap on it and it comes back. If I want to lock all my analysis, I've locked it, so nobody would be able to do anything on it. You can't literally do anything or make any changes on it right now until it is unlocked. And this one is to keep drawing. Okay, I think it does the same thing. This lock and this one, what's the difference? Keep drawing, lock all drawings, keep drawing, lock all drawing. Doesn't mean if I delete it will not go. It actually went. So I guess this has a separate function. Then this is magnets. Magnets is just to help you get some indicators, like a snap indicator, weak magnets. You won't be needing them because you are not probably going to be having to magnet anything. So that is that about the tools that we use here. You see that it is not so big. They are not so difficult to use. Now, at the right corner, we don't have anything complex as well. You can, starting from the top, you can see this is a live indication, you know, indices, live price movements of whatever you want to show here. Then the second one would be your alert. Okay, in case you want to create an alert, maybe price alert, when Bitcoin hits this or that price, it would give you a notification. Then there is also here where you can put all the tools. Okay, you see that it has made it easier for you to pick some tools here. Let's say you are always using text. You won't need to be doing, you can just open this here and add your favorite tools. Then this is the charts. This is where you can upload. You can see publish at the right top of the screen. You can publish whatever you're doing. And of course, you can see people publish whatever they are analyzing. But If it takes a long time to reach the small red zone, which I believe would be extremely bearish, I would lose confidence in the euro, whatever. So you see that people socialize here. This is for forex, this is for stock, this is for, so there are a lot of, you can communicate, you can publish your analysis even to public and to private, depends on what you want. Then calendar, in case of any major events, these are economical events, you can find events here. For example, let's check on 16th of May, which is today. Is it today or yesterday? Whatever. These are the current events. You can check. Okay, today is 18th, of course. You can check for earnings. You can check for revenues. You can check for dividends. Whatever it is you are expecting in terms of events, you would find them here. TradingView made provision for that. Then this right here is the yield curves, which of course you don't need or you don't have a business with. So that is that. This is notifications. That's about what you see here. You see, this camera would help you take snapshots. So if I tap on this, especially as I'm using my PC and I do download image, okay, it has automatically taken a screenshot. You can see that the file has been saved to download. It has taken a screenshot of my analysis, okay, and these settings, well, you can just check them out. The settings are not so difficult to play around with, like the symbols. If you want to change the color of this place, some persons trading view will be white, some would be black, like mine is showing white. I think that is the body. Is it the body now or the canvas? Yes. See, mine is white background, so you can change it to black and yours will be black. All these things you can change the color. If you don't need them, you can of course change them, but if you want it like this is, I think white is the default. Whatever you want to do, you can make your settings here, and that would be all about TradingView. I don't think there is any. Okay, one more thing which I think it is for the advanced. This is Pine Editor. Well, it is really for the advanced. If you know how to write script and you want to build a bot or write your own strategy, you can use the Pine scripts. I do that too, but I don't think I'm ready to explain that in this video. So that will be all, guys. Thank you so much for watching to this point. If you already did, don't forget to like or subscribe depending on when you're seeing this video, or react to it, if even though I don't eventually post it or whether I post it. So yeah, that is it.